Ludwig versus CDawgVA. They're going to start out with some slaps. So this is slap fighting chess. Look at this. You know, I'm not too experienced at slapping people, so you guys let me know. Ludwig is tucking his chin, which is good. Oh, ow. Still stings, man. He's doing a good thing tucking the chin. Now, from my understanding, you got to sort of roll with it. So you got to tuck the chin and roll with it. I don't know. There's people who are experiencing that. So look at that. He's tucking and flexioning his chin. Ooh, Ludwig hit him in the chin. Whereas Ludwig took it on the cheek. Look at that. He's actually narrating. So they're just doing 2 slaps each. And now they're going to do chess. And as you guys know, I've been studying chess. So my chess commentary going to get a little better. Look at this replay. Look at this replay. Ooh, see that? Got him. Got him in the, what is it called? The mandible. See, he got more hit in the maxilla / the whatever bone that's called. The. Anyways, I'm not going to pretend I know my facial anatomy. So here we go. Ludwig is white colored, that is. So he's probably going to go first. Usually white goes first in chess. And then CDawgVA is black. So they will probably share a board and show us, but the electronic board oftentimes does not update correctly. So I might have to kind of read the board. So here we go, shake hands, and they will start. I know Ludwig plays chess often. I don't know about CDawgVA. I don't know what his deal is. So I can just extrapolate. Anyways, king side, pawn. So very standard opening. Look at them putting the knights. They're both trying to control and attack the center. So he's pressuring the center. Look at Ludwig pressuring the center with the queen side pawn. Right, so now there's a decision. There's an interesting decision that our man can make. So CDawgVA could decide to take the center pawn right there. Or he could decide to defend a center pawn. So he decides to defend a center pawn. So look at them, still recovering from the slaps. Especially Ludwig's face is quite red. So Ludwig kind of stalling. Oh, Ludwig puts his rook side pawn. So that is a little bit of a attempted pin right there by CDawgVA. That's a bishop attempt at a pin right there. So Ludwig just put up his bishop right there, his light squared bishop, to make the pin not possible. Basically, what CDawgVA was trying to do was to make it so Ludwig couldn't move his knight, because if he moved his knight, his queen would have been captured. So now you see Ludwig moves his knight. So he goes and decides to trade bishops. So, no, don't do that, Ludwig. Move your queen. Oh, whatever. He knows more chess than I did. I mean, okay, whatever. Because the knight, you see the knight over there? The knight could have captured his knight, right? So, okay, that wasn't the worst thing to do. So now, another knight entry. And now Ludwig also moves up his other knight. Look at the two of them. Those 2 slaps weren't too bad. We really want to see those slaps that rock the head a little. We actually don't. The slap fighting thing is so annoying. It's kind of just pointless. But again, for entertainment. So Ludwig puts his dark side bishop up near the knight right there in the diagonal. Again, to try to pin the knight of CDawgVA. Okay. So it's time for some slaps. Who's going to go first? I don't know. But look at that. Look at the chalk over there. You see that chalk over there? Oh my god, they gotta put some chalk on their hands to make it extra count. I love it. I love it. Alright, so, here they go. Ooh. You know, there might be a strategy. You try to get chalk in their face. See? 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 See what I'm talking about? He might have just been trying to prime himself. It wasn't chalk in the face. Anyways, here we go. Ludwig's gonna take the slap first. Look at him. Tucking his chin. It's also called a dorsal lateral glide, I believe. Oh, look at that. Oh, that one hit him. That one hit him right in the chin. That got him. That got him. Okay, so here comes our man. All right. There's Ludwig. Let's see how Ludwig can do. You know, I think I would get the ear. So he's doing it. Ooh. Yeah. I would say you should almost, this is the one part where Systema might make a difference. You need to see how Systema people hit each other, because the way Systema people hit each other might actually be the right way to do the best type of slap. Notice that compared to how people punch, they're not really torquing their entire body, right? The force isn't coming from the foot like I would expect. So anyways, if we look back on the board, Ludwig's dark side bishop is potentially pinning the knight of CDawgVA. So CDawgVA got to be careful. So he captures the center pawn, that knight exactly. So now there's a chance for the knight to develop. So now you look at that, the knight of Ludwig is also, whoa, defending the bishop. But now that was a not so good trade. I don't know why, because look, that file is open. That file, that rook file where Ludwig just captured the queen, that file is directly open and it's pretty close to the king, man. And that queen trade didn't prevent Ludwig from castling either. So Ludwig could castle, but Ludwig's probably going to try to protect his bishop right there. So guys, notice I'm getting better with my chess commentary. I promised you I'd get better with my chess commentary. I'm getting better with my chess commentary. So Ludwig's like, why aren't you guys cheering for me? So Ludwig needs to protect that bishop. Yep, he moves the bishop to the rim. Now there's a lone knight there of CDawgVA in the center squares. So he should probably advance another piece to go protect it. Maybe the pawn. Maybe, I mean, his knight needs 2 moves to be able to line up in a way to protect the other knight. He's got some rooks that can be developed, maybe. So let's see what he decides to do. He decides to put his bishop, his dark side bishop up. There you go. Ludwig doing the right thing, castling. So look at that. Now Ludwig's knights are lined. Sorry, did I say knights? Ludwig's rooks are lined. So now, there we go. The board is finally back. So we're going to actually pause here just to look at the action. Ludwig got his rooks lined here. Just castling. CDawgVA has lined his rooks. So both their kings are protected. There's one center knight here controlling many, many squares. There's a bishop here on the rim that controls this diagonal and has limited escape. So this bishop got to be careful. This knight has some control over the center, a little bit, right? This knight is not in the most optimal place, but it's gonna be developed. There's 3 pawns here. This is a little pawn island here. He's got a pawn island here, so there's 2 sets of pawn islands. There's a bishop here that's controlling certain diagonals and also being protected by the knight. So in a very bizarre way, even though I think Ludwig played better initially, I think CDawgVA is slightly in a better position. And if you look at the odds chart or whatever this is called, it looks like they also give it to CDawgVA. I will say though, Ludwig does have this file. His rook is controlling this file, but it matters less because again, this king is protected now, and there's 2 rooks in the back rank. So the risk of a back rank checkmate is not too severe currently. We'll see what happens. So, for those of you who don't know what a back rank checkmate is, the last row of your opponent is called the back rank, just like the last row of you is called your back rank. So, many cases, because your king gets stuck behind pawns, if they can get to the back rank and threaten your king, it's very hard for your king to take that type of attack. That's why back rank checkmates are one of the first endgames you study. Okay, so CDawgVA is thinking about putting his whole body into the slap. I actually like this. It makes the action quicker. So look at that. Ludwig's like, he's thinking about hooking. There's 2 more chess rounds, and this is the second to last slap round. Ludwig's like, that did not hurt. All right, Ludwig's turn. This is an awesome Saturday viewing, guys. Ludwig is awesome. Putting himself out there like this. I wouldn't even do this, man. You know, as you guys know, I used to do slap videos. I'm not doing that anymore. That was me 20 years ago. 20 years ago. I'm not that old. Ludwig, man, put your hips and your knees and everything into it. Oh! Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. End of the slap round. Now we're back into the chess round. Again, I think the edge right now, slapping-wise, I don't know. But the chess goes to CDawgVA for some odd reason, just because he's got a little bit better development in the center. If Ludwig can get that bishop on the rim a little bit away from not being useful, then it's okay. So Ludwig advances up his pawn over there to threaten that bishop of CDawg. So CDawg got to move it probably more towards his king side. Yep, he moves it more towards his king side here. So there's a fire truck going outside, if you guys can hear. So now Ludwig can continue advancing his pawns, control more of the center potentially, or maybe try to kick that knight out of the way. So the official chess commentators are also realizing that there's a file right there open. So there was an exchange of bishops right there. So now Ludwig goes and takes that open file. So he is attacking the knight. So if you look at the bottom rook of Ludwig's white back rank, you can see that rook, if it moves towards the D file, it'll line up the two rooks, and that's a very dangerous combination. So if I were CDawgVA, I'd be prepared for that. So let's see what CDawgVA does. Again, you gotta move your knight. So that's probably your prime. No! No! So Ludwig just takes pawns. Yeah, exactly. Because what CDawgVA just did was he pin is the wrong word, but he tied his rook to his knight. So now he's got, unless he moves his knight, his rook is stuck there protecting the knight, right? So now Ludwig advances a pawn to prevent it from being captured. So, okay, we're going to stop here just to explain what this is. So this is very likely going to be what's called a revealed attack. He's going to advance or develop the knight to the center and also reveal an attack on the opponent's knight. Basically, the knight's going to threaten this pawn, and then this knight is also going to be threatened. So this is going to be called a revealed or discovered attack. So that's likely what Ludwig's planning by moving his rook here. So we'll see. On to the slap round. Right, here we go. CDawgVA. Thinking about it. Look at Ludwig. Gonna take it like a boxer. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, Ludwig. Ludwig moved his face. Ooh, yeah, he got hit in the forehead. Oh, did you see that? He moved his face. Look at him flinch. See that? Look at him flinch. Oh, he just made it worse because he gave that slap a few extra inches of power. Ooh, ow. Ow. Let's see Ludwig's response, man. Let's see Ludwig's response. Oof. CDawg is scared. By the way, I don't think they're wearing mouth guards, man. Have you noticed they're not wearing mouth guards? What are they doing? Oh, CDawg also flinched, but Ludwig got him more towards the area right near the eye. There you go, you see. Upper cheek, eye area, forehead maybe, a little bit. So, okay, we have CDawgVA has moved his knight up. So let's see if there's going to be a potential discovered attack right here. He's also, yeah, that's a good point I didn't see. He's threatening the rook too with his knight. So now Ludwig moves his knight. Sorry, his rook. His knight, his rook. So the tempo, as they say, the tempo is now back to CDawgVA. So CDawgVA can take this opportunity potentially to launch an attack. Let's see what he does. Okay, so instead he retreats his knight towards the little kingside little castle. So now there's a threat of the other knight. So CDawgVA puts his 2 rooks together. So now it's kind of, do you want to trade rooks? So pawn-wise, CDawgVA is down 1 pawn. So technically that trade would not be beneficial to CDawgVA, because if it gets to the endgame where both of them have very few pieces, just pawns and kings, and Ludwig has 1 more pawn, he's probably going to win the pawn race. So, okay, CDawgVA decides to trade rooks. Now, Ludwig should trade with his knight, exactly. So he trades with his knight, not with his pawn. So now he's got a knight in the center, and CDawgVA has a knight in the center. Now, CDawg's knight is being protected by a rook and a knight. So now he's begging or asking to trade rooks. Good. I think that was a good trade. Okay, so now look at what Ludwig can do. Ludwig can take the other pawn if he chooses. He can take the pawn. Let's see if he wants to take the pawn. And also, I just realized I was wrong. Sorry, I was wrong. Wait. How he has CDawgVA has 2 knights? Sorry, I was wrong. I was wrong with the calculation. I didn't see that CDawgVA had 2 knights. I thought he had 1 knight. Or I thought Ludwig had 2 knights. I don't know where I went wrong there. But anyways. So, if this is the case, then Ludwig might lose. Because he's got 1 more pawn, which is worth 1 point. But knights are worth 3 points. So he's trying to get his pawn into the game. Ludwig realizes he's in trouble. You got to get your king into it too. Oh, he lost his pawn. Okay, pawn race time. Get your knight into it. That's right. Oh, so now the pawns are evened out. So he's got 2 knights. He checks. So Ludwig got to check with more tactical thinking, because you got to use checks as forks, basically. Also, it looks like the time is running out. There's another check. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness. They're playing speed chess now. They're completely playing speed chess now. So, who won? It looks like both of them sort of ran out of time. I don't know what happened there. Oh, it looks like CDawgVA won on time. That's pretty funny. That's really funny. Wow. Wow, I love this. This was a really cool idea. Slap fighting. Not too many slaps, right? Not enough to give a lot of brain damage. And then chess. Wow. That was pretty funny. For some reason, I thought that Ludwig had an extra knight when he didn't. So if this went on and it didn't go into speed chess, basically, very, very likely CDawgVA would have won because he had an extra knight. For those of you unfamiliar with how the timing system works in chess, there's usually 2 ways. One is every time you move, your clock counts down, so you have a finite number of minutes to go. Another way is every time you make a move, you gain a few seconds back. So depending on what rules they agreed to, it's either the clock just keeps counting down, you don't gain any seconds back, or potentially the clock gains seconds back every time you move, so you're incentivized to move quickly. Now, in this one, it seems like there was no gaining time back, so they just had a clock that just counted down definitively. So there's a lot to chess, right? It's not just strategy, it's not just observation, it's not just pattern recognition, it's also time management. Only when you're at some grandmaster level can you justify taking days to make a move. None of us are that skilled yet. And then let's go to the slapping portion of this. What do you guys think? How would you take a slap? My thought is, yes, you got to tense, right? You definitely don't want to flinch before the slap or else it's going to make it worse. But here's the thing. The moment you feel the contact, you have to go with it. So the neck has to engage, the chin has to engage. When you feel it, then you go. So you don't go this, and you don't, oh, ow, that just even hurt, just me doing it to myself. So what you do is you See that? So the moment it hits, you roll with it. So like that. That's what I think. What do you guys think? On the contrary, how do you give a slap? Let me know, how do you give a slap? Is it kind of like a whip motion? Is it a sistema type of almost like a drunken motion? Is it kind of like a punch? Like you have to really pivot your hips and your toes and everything? Let me know, guys. Fight commentary breakdowns. Shout out Ludwig. Shout out CDawgVA. Talk to you guys soon.